Hello, welcome back to our MekHQ campaign, Raven Acquisitions. Last episode, we had a few little encounters, skirmishes really, where we had no incentive to no incentive to fight. However, we now have this minor engagement. I have deployed Able Lance, which is our heaviest unit, because we have a chance to get some salvage here. And the goal of this mission is to destroy or rout 25% of these forces, the enemy forces. And they will be getting reinforcements. So we'll see how it goes. The lance has been deployed. These units are assigned. This is a turning point mission, so anytime we can win a turning point mission, we currently have 4 campaign victory points, which is very good. We just need to maintain a positive victory point ratio. And oh darn, I thought I could spend support points to buy things, but apparently not. All right, let's go in. Let's get it done. This is a fight in a desert. This gives our maneuver lance a little bit of a rest to regain some of that fatigue, or to replenish their fatigue or whatever. We have a friendly exterminator and a friendly grasshopper on our team, which is actually fantastic. This is a 2-3 pilot. Our able lance, they're okay, like they're fine, but they're not a good set of pilots really. But we should hopefully be able to get some work done. The enemy pilots are just as bad. Actually, they're a lot worse. So I'm looking forward to this. Neither side is deploying their most elite of units here. Where is our deployment zone? Northwest? Um, oh, it's our turn to deploy minefields. Okay. So we're deploying northwest. The enemy is deploying southeast. So the best thing we can do probably is southeast, huh? We'll put one here in this gap. It's 30 density. We'll put one here in this gap, 30 density. So if they try to go through that gap at all, we'll put one here on this road. We have one more to use. We'll put one here. We're basically just finding little choke points. They may never come anywhere near these things, but who knows? All right. We're going to deploy near our ally here. So like that. We're going to deploy like that. Like this. And like this. Not too much thought involved in it. We'll, kind of make it up as we go. Oh dang. So close to hitting the minefield, but no cigar. Although this guy here, he's moving in this direction. You never know, he might run north. Could get lucky. This is my character here. This is Odin and his awesome Grand Dragon. The temptation to get pretty far forward with that Grand Dragon speed is it can get you into some trouble. Well, there's a little bit of a chance that they could start running into some mines down here. Everything's out of range. We're going to skip. We're not kicking any buildings at the moment. And Dunsky. Okay. Let's see if I can't move my awesome up here. Get him some. He won't really have partial cover, even though he's behind a hill, because the enemy does have the high ground, I think. Yeah, we're on lower level. So where do I want the awesome to go after this? This is pavement. So running and turning on that pavement is actually pretty bad. It's going to go like this. You do have to plot your turns out ahead of time. A lot of these situations, you got to think ahead a few steps. I think we're going to come to a big old uh, body smashing right in the middle of the map here. 12s to hit, Wolverine, Austral. We probably have a better chance of 152 armor, 144. The Austral's probably the bigger threat, so we will just fire a couple of shots at him. We need 12s to hit, but it's not costing any heat to do 2 shots. Let's see, the PPC on this Grand Dragon. And an LRM. So I'm going to move that LRM up there, and I will hit save weapon order. 12. Why not? Large lasers on this Ostruck. We'll save weapon order. 13. So skip. And double PPC. 13. So we will skip. Well, look at that. We hit the Austral with 2 points, 2 little LRMs, essentially. Now, we do need to be cautious, because we are getting run up on here by some lighter mechs. So I'm just going to march the awesome forward. I'd like to get him up on this spot right here. As a matter of fact, I need to get this Ostruck out of the way. So we're going to go move the Grand Dragon first. I can get him up there first. He's where I want the awesome to go to eventually. But for now, just need to be a little bit cautious. There we go. I can turn, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That actually might be a little bit better. So we're just going to go like this turn. The Warhammer. Can go here. $13, $10 to hit the Manticore. To move my panel over here. So it's really the only good target is that Manticore. So we'll fire off a couple PPCs at it. We'll fire off. Oh, I can shoot that. What is that thing? That Austral. I can shoot it in the back. It's facing this way. So why not? Let's give it a try. And I'll throw in an LRM while I'm at it, because it's 9s to hit. Can't hit anything out of range. And a couple PPCs. Fire just one. So we did hit the Ostel in the center torso rear for a couple damage. That Wasp took a decent hit. So any damage you can really do to someone's rear armor, even if it's just minor damage, it's always good because it means the next shot that hits there is going to go through. So like this. This dragon, Grand Dragon, I'm just gonna. I'm tempted to just keep him where he's at for the partial cover, but I don't know if that actually works because they're above me. So I'm going to move the Warhammer up. What if I went like this? Don't want to turn and run on pavement. I can do that and get a +2 modifier. We do want to be a little bit aggressive here because any damage we can do, like anything, like we're earning money here. So I need 7s to hit, so I'm going to unload on that Locust. I can twist and fire at the Manticore. I'm within minimum range here on the this Wolverine. 11 9s to hit that Wasp, or 8s to hit the Manticore. Let's go for the Manticore, and we're just gonna hit just the PPC. 12s, 11s. So we're gonna fire off one large laser at the Manticore. I'm gonna fire off both PPCs, build up a little bit of heat. I did hit the Locust. All right, these are just the initial attacks, essentially. We're just we're warming up here. We'll get there. We will get there. And we are aiming to just, it's the reinforcements in the up 4 that we care about. So that would be, those are up 4, that's up 4, that's up 4. Okay. Reinforcements will be getting here in round 6, I guess. So Odin's going to have to walk this way, I think. Or run that way. We're going to walk back up the Grand Dragon. We're going to back him up and turn him south. Just trying to get out of the jumping range of that Wolverine. And we're going to back up the Warhammer a little bit like this. We're going to play a little bit defensively. And the Ostrock can go like this. There we go. Now we have some targets. I think I'm just going to go for the Manticore, put 2 shots into him. This is the way you fight with a awesome when you're on the move. You got to go, you can fire 3 shots and then 2, then 3. If you're sitting still, it's a little bit better. Let's fire. And we're just going to try to put a hurting on this Manticore while we can. The Warhammer has no targets. Well, I guess he's cooling down this round. Scored some criticals on the turret, but nothing, no actual criticals. Can I punch this little guy? I can. I punched him in his arm. Crushed his arm with my mighty fist. Well, that's a few less, a little bit less firepower they can use on me. The locusts tend to have weapons in their arms. So the Warhammer, I'm going to walk him forward 3. The enemy reinforcements are arriving. It's a lot of archers with bad pilots. I could end up there with the awesome if I really wanted to, but that would be inviting a lot of kicks. But I can move the Ostruk up. Now the awesome can move in. And then Grand Dragon can run like this. Alright, so what can we hit here? I can hit the the Locust? Yeah, you know what, I'm gonna hang on. Let's see what the Warhammer can shoot first. Not much. He does have shots down here. So we're going to put 2 PPCs into that Wolverine. The Grand Dragon is going to fire into the Manticore. We're going to do 2 medium lasers for now. Try to save on some heat. We can do 1 medium into the... Actually, can I hit the Locust? 9s. Trying to fire a heavy, a medium, and a SRM4. And then the awesome, we're going to hopefully finish off this Manticore. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3 rounds. Well, the crew's stunned at least. I can give this guy here a kick. I can punch this building. Why not? Try to get it out of the way. Oh, nice. The Wolverine's down. I kicked through the armor on that Austral, but didn't score any criticals. And didn't take a kick in return. Pretty good. Now, we're going to walk the Warhammer up a little bit here and turn him to face the enemy. We're going to walk the Grand Dragon back to help protect. What is this down here? Javelin. All right, we're going to back up, put my back against this building. The Ostrok can't jump. If I back up, what if I... What, I can't... You can't back up and go downhill anymore? Well, I can't go like this. And Odin is going to have to back up this way. No movement modifier, but at least I got the building there to help protect me. It's a level 1 building, it should be. Level 1, so that gives me partial cover. I'm going to put 2 more shots into the... Actually, I'm going to, yeah, put 2 more shots into the Manticore. Try to finish it off. The Grand Dragon has shots on the Manticore. We'll try to hit this Javelin if we can with our small weapons to try to save on heat. The Warhammer has shots on just about nobody. So we're going to fire off Locust. 1 round hitting 1 PPC trying to hit a 10. Alright, Manticore's down. That's a decent chunk of their firepower gone. I'm not going to kick this building that I'm using to hide behind, but I will try to kick the Javelin. Needing 8. Can I? Oh, yeah, I got him. And it scored a critical on his hip, so he is boned. Pretty good. We've got them down to 52% of their battle value now. We need to kill 25% of the reinforcements, and then we can call this mission a success. So the Warhammer, actually the Grand Dragon, is going to move up here. Present himself as a little bit of a target. I'll walk like that. Odin. Let's see, that Javelin failed to get up. Move the Ostrok like this. Kind of hide him for a little bit of a turn, but I think I'd rather move Odin like that. No, I can't run. So I'm going to go down. I could do this. Basically, I just have to roll Snake Eyes to fail, so let's hope I don't. Okay, we knew someone was going to get into our back no matter what. I don't want to trade kicks with an archer. They're just too heavy. Just want to back up and turn this way. Cool. The Javelin tried to get up and took another leg. Oh, he destroyed his leg, so he's done. He be done. So we're gonna twist, put some shots into the archer. Hang on, is that archer standing on? Is he inside the building, or is he standing on top of it? Well, I'll tell you what we can do. Let's target the building to collapse it. And we'll fire off all 3 PPCs. We'll fire off 1 more PPC at the building to collapse it. Then we're going to twist and fire at this little wasp down here. And I think we can do the same with the Warhammer. No, he's going to be outside my arc, my front arc. This is my front arc right here. So I get 1 arm on him, but other than that, not great. So instead, I'm going to put 2 rounds into the archer. So we collapsed the building should have collapsed under the weight of the archer because the building construction factor was 90. The archer weighs 70 tons. We need to get it to 70. And if you're going to shoot at something, it's worth overkilling it most of the time. So the building does collapse due to the load. The archer falls and takes 14 damage and takes a pilot hit. I can throw a punch back at this guy. I missed, and he missed, and he fell over. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, gives Odin a chance to kind of run away here. So we're going to move the Warhammer up like this. Get within kicking position on that archer. We're going to run. We're going to walk. We're going to turn to face the enemy. The Awesome is taking a lot of damage, a lot of armor damage, but he's still okay. Alright, this is the archer. So we want to... What would I need to do? What do I have to... Let's check out the armor on this thing. He's actually still really good in terms of armor, so it's not super necessary. It's not worth taking, well, it's not necessary to take big risks in order to start kicking with him yet. Although I could run over here and start kicking this hostile. He does have a weak leg. This would get me closer to this thing there, this locust. So yeah, we're going to go over here and try and put some damage on that locust now. So the javelin has ejected. So that is salvage if we can complete this mission. 6s to hit, twist, 8s to hit. So let's focus on this archer. I feel like if we can take out one of these archers, that's probably 25% of the reinforcements. So we're going to use medium lasers on this guy. We're going to use, what can we do? Twist, 9s, oops, twist, 9s. So 9s and 9s. So we're going to try to kill this guy. Little locust. Yep. And the Warhammer is super exposed. Not great. He's going to fire at the hostile, I think. I could fire at any of these down here, but the numbers aren't great anyway. And they're all fresh armor, like they're all fresh mechs, so we'll throw in one medium laser and that will keep us heat neutral. Alright, the Warhammer just fell over. Alright, well, we knocked the other arm off the locust. We did say that the Warhammer was not one of our great pilots, I believe. Cool. We just, I mean, when you got a 75 ton mech throwing its weight around, or actually I think the Grand Dragon might be 60 tons. But when you got a big mech throwing its weight around, you can knock legs off. Yeah, I think the Grand Dragon is 60. Yeah, he's a 60. He's a big boy. Okay. So Odin needs to kind of get out of here a little bit. So we're going to just back him up like this. That would give me some cover from these buildings here. And then let's get the Warhammer back on his feet if we can. Still okay. The right arm's looking a little bit iffy. All right, we're back up. We're in business. The Grand Dragon is going to just shuffle over here behind the enemy. Be prepared to deliver another kick if we can. And then my poor Ostrock here is just kind of going to back up like this. It's a little bit of a weird maneuver, but we should be okay. All right, Odin, who can you hit? Nobody really, except for this wasp. Hit D9s. What if I shoot down here at this archer? Need 9s, so we're going to fire at the wasp. We do have the best chance of breaking something if we can hit it. The Grand Dragon is going to turn and bring its medium lasers to bear on the wasp. The Ostrok has shots on nobody, so he's just going to skip firing. He's going to lose some heat. And we can twist, fire at this archer, or... Nope, that's really all we can do. Alright, so we'll fire one round off at the archer. Bada bing, bada boom. We did hit the wasp, and we scored a crit, but didn't do any damage other than that, unfortunately. However, I can deliver the big boot right here. Nice, that archer just took a foot and hip critical, so he's going to go down. And that might mean he's going to stay down, and that should be 20. If we can get rid of one of these archers again, that should be 25% of the enemy taken care of for us. So I'm going to run the Warhammer down here to help. I'm not going to run him, but I'm going to start walking him down there to help, because he's not a great pilot, and if he falls again, there's a serious risk that he's going to get hurt and knock himself the heck out. Move the Ostrok down there to back him up. Odin is going to walk forward. That is pavement, unfortunately, so what the heck am I going to do here? I'll just walk forward 3. That'll give you some shots up this way. And the Grand Dragon is just going to... He's going to take a pummeling from these mechs down here, but it is medium range, so I can just turn him like this. Oops. Turn him like this. There we go. Alright, Odin. Can we hit this thing? It's got partial cover. What about this one? Need 8s, but no partial cover. So if we do hit, there's a better chance of actually killing them. So let's just fire off 3 PPC rounds needing 8s. The PPC, there we go. Fire. Medium laser. We're just going to get... Okay. Now we can fire at this archer down here, but we have a better shot at hitting this guy. So let's... I don't know, hang on. Check out what the Warhammer needs to hit. Yeah, we're going to stay on this archer. So 2 PPCs. And that is the archer with the bad leg, right? Am I wrong? Yeah, that's the one with the bad leg, and it has a head hit. So we'll fire off a 1. Actually, we're going to fire... Nah, we're going to keep firing at this guy. Fire at this archer here as well. This is the one we... Nope. They have 3 archers. Okay, never mind. That's the one we toppled earlier. You know, then we're going to actually fire down there on a 9. I know it's harder to hit, but if we do, we stand a pretty good chance of breaking something. That locust is gone. Done. We're going to kick this boy here. We're going to skip this attack. Oh, the exterminator took a hit to the foot, so he's probably go... Oh, he stayed on his feet. Amazing. Good pilot. Excellent pilot. Okay. So the Grand Dragon has basically crippled this thing here. This Ostel. How's the pilot doing? Pilot's taking 2 hits. All right, it's time to get the Grand Dragon involved. 2. Okay, so we can't get a +3 on our movement, but we can get here at least. Begin the pursuit. I'm gonna have to run Odin eventually. All right, so he's getting in my face here, but we have a Warhammer with a lot of close range weaponry. The Awestruck. What can we do with him? We can hide him behind a building, really. We could back up like this and get shots on this. Yeah, okay, there we go. So we use the building for cover from these mechs and shoot. Never mind. I think he just hid from us. I am pretty dumb. Well, I can do point blank shots at this thing, or I can turn and shoot that way. So do 2 shots. We'll do needing 8s, needing 6s. So we're gonna build up a little bit of heat here for the easier shots. Maybe we can hit this guy here. Build up some extra heat. We're going to fire out, we're ripple off all of our little guns here. So 2 medium lasers, an SRM-6, 2 small lasers, and 2 machine guns. And we're still heat neutral. Lots going on there. He hit his own mech with the swarm missiles, by the way. The missiles will just keep attacking targets that are adjacent. So my awesome finally fell over, which is actually a good thing, because he's no longer at risk of getting kicked in the head by this wasp here. So we're going to skip attack for the dragon. We're not kicking the wall, but we can punch this little thing here. Miss, miss. Okay. What's the battle value? We need to kill about 10% more of the reinforcements. The archer's down. So we're going to move the Warhammer like so. We're going to move the Awestruck. We're going to back him up. Nope. We're going to back him up like here. Like that. Like here. Like that. Whatever. Okay, Odin. It'd be pretty sweet if I could get him on his feet. He has more armor on his back than he does his front, so this is actually alright. We're going to move like that. And the Grand Dragon, we're going to run back up here and turn this way. So I'll be ready to kick that guy if it comes to it. The Ostel still trying to get up and blew his arm off. Can I twist and target anything? Not really. I can twist and target the Ostel. So 2 PPC shots. Saves me from having to shoot at him with some of these mechs up here if I can target anything else, really. I'll just fire LRMs. Try to save up on some heat. So off we go. The Ostrok. No targets really, so we're going to skip firing. We're not doing an aimed shot. Twist. What if we do aim shots at the head? No. Actually, you know what? Let's go for it. We're gonna fire at the head. We have a lot of little guns, and any sort of head hits are good for us. Hey, there it is. Head hit. Destroyed by damage. The archer is gone. All right. We're gonna kick the Ostel. Okay. So we basically completed the mission at this point, but we're gonna give the enemy another turn to decide if they want to retreat or not. So let's move the Ostruck down here. Yep, the enemy has ejected from the Ostel, which is pretty good. That's more salvage for us. Hmm. This pilot's okay. I think I can risk turning on pavement one time. Cool. I get Odin turned around. Get him back in the action. Then I have a Warhammer right here. What's that? It's a Crusader. That guy's pretty dangerous. We can only. Hmm. Okay, how about if we go like this? You know, 4 to stay up. Or if we go like that. And turn that way. There we go. Alright, the Ostel's gone. And I think we're definitely over what we have to be, like the break point or whatever it is for getting the scenario victory. So what if we fire at this archer? It's 7s, we're going to put 3 PPCs into him. We're going to put, what's that? That's a wasp. Jeez, that wasp just will not die. Done. And 8s. What if I fire at this thing? 10s. Alright, so we're going to twist and fire there. Maybe we can get lucky and knock it down. Warhammer will twist and fire into the rear, it looks like, of this archer. Don't mind if we do. Okay, done. Nice. Nice. We blew the leg off the wasp. The archer's down. He got hit in the head by the Ostrock. And my awesome just took a gyro hit. Hey, he's still on his feet. Perfect. All right. Let's check the battle value. So we've destroyed more than half. We only need to destroy 25%. So we've won. We have won this scenario. Victory. That's it. GG. The enemy is in retreat. Done. This should give us quite a bit of salvage. Not actual salvage, like as in mechs and stuff that we can keep, but in terms of exchange, the money, our employer keeps the salvage, but they give us 70% of it. So we retained control of the battlefield. Yes. We have no losses, although we have some heavy damage. The heavy damage of the awesome, it's deceptive because it's mostly armor damage. He just happened to have taken 1 gyro hit. He's still good. The Ostrock probably took more damage overall. Yeah, you like lost an arm thing. Okay. I'm gonna hit next. We have some hits to our pilots. The archer, yeah, the archer and the other archer in the other archer and the crusader both basically withdraw. But we get all this salvage here. We get 70% of the wasp, the wolverine, the manticore, the javelin, locust, two archers, and an ostel. So that we're at 800. We're basically at 8.8 million. We captured some people. Let's see here. The ostel, that's the Grand Dragon's work up there. We're going to give that to the Grand Dragon. The javelin, that died to the friendly we had on the board. Same for the wolverine and the wasp. Actually, no, the wasp went down to the Grand Dragon. The Grand Dragon took its leg off. Good work. We have forced the withdrawal of all this stuff. The wasp is forced to withdraw as well. He's gone. And finish. Got some purple hearts. Some first combats. And we are now up to 17.8 million, which is fantastic. Let's get some repair going on here. Most important thing we want to do is fix the gyro hit that we took. So we'll get our elite mech tech on that. And then the awestruck, we need to repair the arm. So we'll also get the elite tech on that done. And then replace the upper arm actuator. All right, now we can do mass salvage, select active, and go. Just a lot of armor work that needs to be done here. And now that we have some money, let's go back to the unit market and take a look at what we got here. That Warhammer is looking pretty juicy at 90% of market value, mercenary auction. It's going to take 2 months to get to us, but me likey. So we're going to go ahead and buy that. That would be fantastic, please. We'll purchase. And good. All right, we're running close to 50 minutes here. Let's see, prisoner capacity. This is what we can do. So we can go to purchase units. This is something you can commonly get. Remember, we're only doing this for things that are common. So we're going to buy some infantry. We're going to get, let's see, we are in FedCom territory. So we're going to go with introductory box setup. Nope. Medium light. I guess all infantry counts as light, so we'll keep that on all. Okay, what we want is we want a foot platoon. Here it is. Foot platoon with we'll go with for a security squadron, we're gonna go with lasers. Okay. And then once we get that delivered, once we find it and get it delivered, we will basically have a security unit that we keep prisoners with. Right now, I don't know what's going to happen with these, if they escape, if they go away, or what. And that's it. That is the end of this episode. I appreciate you so much. We're going to save. Appreciate you. Oh, wow. Appreciate. Oh, I saved it. Okay. Uh, like I said, I went here directly after the last episode. But I appreciate you so much. If you're still here, I just want you to know that you are the greatest. You are the coolest. You are awesome. You are an awesome. And I'll see you next time.